Welcome back to the Who's at the Gates podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix. And as always, I have the lovely and enchanting and the willing to take the Oregon Trail to work and back from work at any time on a moment's notice, my co-host, Diana. Just so people know, usually when I say something, I try to make it related to something Diana's been through in the last 48 hours. So it's a long trek from where she goes to work, and then she has to come all the way back up. And then if she's riding with someone or someone's riding with her, there might be side stops and pizza parties and all types of other stuff. And she was thinking like, oh my God, if we haven't left yet. It's gonna, because we're recording this. This is pretty much midnight. It's past midnight my time, and 10 her time as we're recording this. And usually we record around 7 her time, 9 my time. And she's like, we haven't even left yet. And it's 5 o'clock. And I was like, okay, like, girl, I'm sitting here trying to cook my turkey patties. I don't care. I mean, I'm gonna be watching but okay. So it took her a while to get back. Like, she didn't get back. What time did you get back? Your time? Like 10, I think? Or no, not 10.
No, like probably closer to 8:30, I feel like. I don't know, maybe 8.
Okay, yeah. So like basically, so she got back at 10 p.m. my time and stuff. And then she had to watch the show as well. So now here we are. I say all of this to give Diana a shout out for being a trooper, because she's been literally on the go all day long today. And for her to show up and still be able to do this podcast with me, I'm always grateful for that. So yeah. Diana, do you have anything before we get into today's episode?
Well, I was gonna thank you, because I was literally like every 5 minutes, still not home. still not even close to home, not even in the car. Like, thank you for being with me. It was a long day. And considering that I should just learn. Honestly, in life, you can never plan anything, because yesterday I was just yapping like, well, we're leaving. I'm leaving at 3. I'll be home like at a cute little 4 p.m. and we'll be on schedule. And 7 p.m. came and went, and I was like, yeah, we're maybe we might need to push this till tomorrow. But here we are.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything to be on time, not during Mercury retrograde for pretty much the entire month. So expect there to be delays on many things. All right. Well, I guess we can go ahead and hop into it and talk about the little perv right quick. All right, let's go ahead and play the scene.
Tennis.
If I'm going to be putting in the work, I should be taking my girl to the heights and the sheets, not slipping on a hard court.
Well, already established. Can't have that here.
Or can we? I've heard people have sex in the showers, closets.
Ew. No. Okay, first, it would be a pox on both of our houses if we got caught. Not to mention the ick factor.
Noted.
I would be open to slipping into your room, but that didn't work so well last time.
We could try something else that won't result in grounding.
Like what?
Something equal parts sexy and immortal.
Huh?
A tattoo. You've always been talking about them.
Oh, my straighter than straight edge boyfriend wants a tattoo.
I think we should both get one.
Let me say that this particular story is starting to intrigue me, because he really thinks he will convince her to stay through romance and sex. And is now that he's gotten a taste, it's kind of like, oh, he wants to do it, which also is, he's 18, I get it. And I'm not knocking, because, people could criticize me for my days of yore or whatever, but definitely.
You sound like those old documentaries. You're like, well, in the 70s, we were getting down. Back in Studio 54, this is how we did things, but okay. Relax.
You know, I get it because we've all lived. And yeah, my thing is that I just hope he doesn't spiral out when she says no, because I could see him doing that. I could see him really losing it emotionally. And also shout out to the actor, because I had to look him up because I was like, I'm curious, like, how old is he in real life? He's 21 and he is a Cancer. His birthday is 4 days after mine. So
Yeah, I was to say he just turned 21. I remember they like celebrated his birthday. It was cute. Like I think I saw pictures of like the whole cast celebrating with him.
yeah, because I was like, oh, okay. Because you know, sometimes these actors are 40 years old playing 20-year-olds and stuff if they got the baby face and everything. And I'm like, okay, I'm curious now because this age thing, mostly for everybody, is starting to rack my brain. But I think he will spiral out of control, like get really, really crazy with it. And maybe even it will affect this college where he might be dropping out or possibly get kicked out. I don't know. I just hope that I don't want to say that, I want to use that term. I was going to say I hope that she isn't the death of him, but you know what I mean? Like, I hope she isn't the catalyst that just pushes him off the edge, because he's similar to Martin, even though they're not blood related. Him and Martin both react emotionally very quickly at times and don't know how to channel their emotions properly. And this is what's really eating at me between this couple, because she's going to dump him. She's about to leave and do her thing. So yeah, you got it, Diana.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been her pro dumping him. I've never. And he's just got to deal. I mean, I've been hearing time and time again he's an adult. I mean, you're right. Age should not matter. Age is arbitrary in some things, right? Just because you're an adult doesn't mean you necessarily know how to manage your emotions or feelings. And you're right to call you're right to call him out, because Lord knows I have time and time again with that problem. But yeah, I mean, funny enough, I think this episode made me think, okay, maybe he'll be okay. I don't know what it was about this episode, but it made me think like, okay, maybe he's not hanging on to that. Like, he is hanging on to that hope, but if it doesn't happen, maybe it's not the end of the world, right? I think, is he going to be upset? Of course. But I think after this, I'm like, okay, I think he might be able to rebound quicker than I, would normally give him credit for. So yeah, I mean, but I think it's inevitable. He loves her. She likes him. And,
Well,
obviously
a tattoo, so that means something.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm not these kids' lines, storylines. I don't know if they do it for me. I get why they have it, and it's cute. I think the actors are great. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if I'm just at the age where, again, I'm like, don't give me love, don't give me children. I need the drama. Give me yes, exactly. Give me my own condo.
Especially after all these bills I just finished paying. Give me money.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see what happens with the lovely couple. I still am rooting for young love, though. So, all right, let's go to this hot mess right here, because old girl projected on her daughter, and we need to discuss.
You tested positive for the variant? Oh, Naomi.
I know. I should have.
I thought that's not the one. I thought it was here it is. Let's do this because it was this part.
All alone when Jacob was undercover. You were terrified for his life and that everything you were building was in imminent danger. So if you reached for solace outside of your marriage, anyone would understand.
What? Mom, I'm not Dad. I take after you. I would never cheat on somebody that I love. Where did that even come from?
No harm meant. You just made it sound like the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, well, it's not that. But it's equally as devastating. And I not only betrayed Jacob, but I lied to you too. And I kept a secret from our entire family, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So I don't even care about the BRCA gene thing. Just to be clear, I mean, I don't know if anybody cares about it at this point. Diana, do you still care about the BRCA gene?
I mean, they have it.
Yeah, but I'm just like, what? Where are we going from here?
I mean, okay, Andre. What are our next steps?
It's just like, okay, are we just gonna fret and be sad about it constantly, or what? That's why I was like, okay, the BRCA gene, don't care about that part of this. What I do care about is Dani projecting on Naomi, and then when Naomi's like, I'm not dad, I take after you. I wouldn't cheat on the person I love. And then Dani's like, well, damn. Because Dani was hoping that, because I promise you, if Naomi would have been like, yes, I did step out on Andre, Dani would have been like, not Andre, on Jacob, Dani would have been like, girl, me too. We can talk about it. I finally got somebody to talk to about it. Because Dani is going to lose it if she doesn't get this off her chest to Andre, which Vanessa knows. I'm surprised Vanessa hasn't slipped up yet, because I was waiting for Vanessa to slip up. But yeah, why are we going through this whole thing again? Like, why don't you just tell Andre? You just gave your daughter the speech about Jacob really caring and how he'll understand that Naomi lied about the BRCA gene. I'm not saying Andre will immediately forgive you. What I am saying is that I don't see him leaving Dani over the cheating. I don't see that. I see him being pissed. I see him being hurt. I see him needing his space where he might hop on a plane and just go somewhere for a little while. But I feel like he would at least try to make it work because they're married. If they weren't married, it would be whatever. But they're married. I think he will at least try to make it work. Now, will his ego get in the way because it's Bill, and Bill had his wife? And by his wife, meaning Bill had Andre's wife, not Bill had his wife, because you know what I mean. Yeah, that might be there, but I think Andre might try to make it work. Because the more I thought about it, the more I've been thinking about it, that man loves Dani. And not saying he's willing to play a fool forever. Like, I'm not saying he would tolerate Dani constantly cheating or something like that. But I do believe that Dani's cheating, he would listen. Also, somebody said in the comments, I haven't replied yet if you're listening. I agree that Andre is hiding something. And actually, that would be the best time to let it out. If Dani confessed and said, I cheated, then Andre should use that moment to be like, well, I've been keeping something from you too. And then that way it'll be a wash and everybody's secrets are out. And then we can move on. Clean slate. And do that. Anna.
Wow, this really this scene really spoke to you. I thought okay, I'll just keep it simple. And I was like, I thought it was funny that Dani's like, just immediately is like, oh, you cheated? Okay, we can brush this away. Like, what alibi do you need? It like she was just ready just to talk this away, and I thought that was pretty funny. Maybe I shouldn't, but again, I thought it was funny. Yeah, I mean, again, like you said, there's a lot of projection going on, and obviously we know why, because Dani's feeling some type of way. I do wonder how long this is going to go on, and I think we saw it in this episode where she's kind of quick right now at this point to dismiss Andre or to bicker and to get into a fight, which isn't really like them, right? I think this is like the first fight that we've seen in a while. If at least since they've been married. Just something's off about this. So yeah, I just hope Aunt Dani could get it together. I hope she figures it out.
That's what we're praying for. Speaking of getting it together, as we move on to this other scene, I'm so glad that Kat has found some peace, is what I will say as we move on to this scene, and we'll let this play out right quick. All right. I put, oh, hold on. Yeah, I put 2050.
You have to apologize for.
I read you for being a smug, superior ass. I didn't mean it.
The things said in the hospital were not only understandable, but forgiven.
No, but I don't want to. Because I'm the one who owes you an apology. I came down way too hard.
Because you wanted Eva to live.
And I wasn't a match. You were. And my smug ass had the audacity to demand you give up part of yourself when I should have been focused on both of my sisters. And seeing you lying in that hospital bed, all small and pale, instead of tiny and mighty, it hit me. You put your life on the line for someone you can't even stand. That's so big and brave and noble. And I don't know what I would have done if you didn't pull through.
Martin.
I'm not done. I spent so much time trying to make up for the time I lost with Eva that I lost sight of what you were going through. I am so sorry, Kat.
Thank you for finally saying that. But actually, Eva beat you to it.
She did?
Yeah. We actually had a really good talk. I woke up with a whole new empathy for half-sis.
Your test.
Do I need to keep it on Martin since that's your favorite character?
So let me just start complaining. Yeah, this is terrible for me. This scene was very, very painful for me. I don't know why Kat needs to apologize. It boggles my mind why she thinks she needs to apologize for anything. Because as Martin rightfully said, it wasn't his life on the line while he was berating her and calling her all types of names. This is the only thing I'll give them credit for in the scene is like, what a lovely brother and sister. Because if this was me and my brothers, I'd be like, you're lucky I didn't die because I'd haunt your asses until you died. Like, you are lucky that this is the outcome because you will never hear the end of it, if I had to say. So I don't know why Kat's giving Martin this grace. And I said, when this whole thing was coming, was premiering, I don't know, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm tired. when we were going through this storyline, I had so much heat for Martin, and you were like, well, he only told the truth. No, he didn't. Clearly, it's just so selfish. And this, time and time again, I think Kat's getting vindicated for that whole ordeal, which is like, that was, they were so quick and so cocky to be like, just do it. It was her life. It was her risk, and they didn't care because it was all about Eva. Now, I said Kat was going to do it, but it was just ridiculous to me that they were just like, it's okay, you might die, but you need to do this for Eva. And this is just despicable. This is why I'm not voting for him. This is why he's not my representative. And this is why I am working for the other campaign. Because come time in November, when we vote, Martin Richardson does not have it. He does not have my vote. And moving on to Kat and her bringing up that whack ass dream again. You keep on telling me that I'm doing some AI that painting Eva in a bad light. You know what was AI? that dream. You know who probably implanted that? You. A porcupine probably lost its home because you put some whack AI dream sequence for a cat. You know, you just like plugged it in while she's unconscious in, you know, in that hospital, showing absolutely nothing that Eva would have gone through. Oh my God, that dream just makes no sense to me. It will never make sense to me. And the more they bring it up, every time they bring it up, I'm just going to complain. So y'all better just get ready because I have a whole new, that could have been me. No, it wouldn't have. No, because that's not what Eva suffered. You guys are giving her too much credit. And it's ridiculous to me.
Well, on that note,
I can probably keep on going. It's like I'm on the Senate floor and I'm like, and this is why this bill needs to pass. Do not force Kat to give up her liver for Eva. But again, I did say that Kat was going to do it because Kat's a good person, right? It goes down to being a selfless person. And if I'm saying that Kat's better than Eva, well, then she proved me right.
Well, we will never know.
We already have the proof. Do
we
not know? Do we not? Eva was in Laura's deathbed, so we already have the proof.
No, because Eva said to Kat, I would like to think that if the shoe was on the other foot, I would give a piece of myself to you. And that's when they started crying together and doing the sisterly bonding thing and so on and so forth. So it's clear Eva would have given up a piece of her liver for Kat, probably even quicker, if we're being honest. So
probably not. But you know, you can pretend what you want. It's so easy to be like, yeah, I'd probably give you my liver and just be like, psych. Because that's just who she is.
Well, on that note, we'll leave Martin as he is right now, and we will move on to Anita and Vernon. So let's do this one right quick. 55. Here we go.
Exactly what do you think you're doing, Mr. Dupree?
Reminding you how good it is to have this place all to ourselves.
Kat could come back any moment.
Oh, she and Martin have a lot to talk about. Now, shush. Let our bodies work the magic.
Why, Mr. Dupree? I love feeling you laugh.
Feeling you breathe.
Hearing your heartbeat.
Holding you close and thanking God you're still here.
And you are still mine.
Forever, my love.
That's the type of love
What
we
is
want.
this rated?
It's like, what is this range?
No. The different reactions. I'm like, no. I'm like, what is this rated? I was like, I don't need to see what's in the bedroom, y'all. Like,
oh my goodness.
I felt like I was intruding here. No, but you're right. This is very cute. I think this is probably only one of the healthiest, probably the healthiest relationship on this show. But
yeah, sadly, it was Dani and Andre, but we know what happened with that. I would think they were the healthiest relationship out of everybody. Meaning, let me rephrase. Meaning the younger couple, because Vernon and Anita are like the grand couple, royal couple, whatever, like old school royalty, something, whatever you want to call them. But everybody else, they're the younger couples. They're the other couples. And I feel Dani and Andre, if we were saying who had the most potential to be a Vernon and Anita, I don't care what anybody says. You can throw tomatoes if you want to. At the time, it was Dani and Andre. Because I still don't see it with Naomi and Jacob. I think Naomi and Jacob are not evenly matched or evenly yoked, as they like to say. So,
well, I'd posture Chelsea and Madison, but they paid them dust on this show, I feel like, or at least lately.
Chelsea and Madison, I don't. They're okay, but it's not. They don't have the total package. They have certain elements, but they're not the total package. Dani and Andre are the total package.
Well, clearly not.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, was the total package.
I was like, I don't want that total package. Don't come over here with that.
Diana's like, return to sender, return to sender.
Yeah, that's not what Sierra's prayer was saying.
So yeah, but this I love it. And also I love Anita's new haircut in this, which is a wig, but still. I love Anita's new haircut in this episode. I thought that short hair, the way, because she's had short hair before, but this style of short hair, the way they have it, slicked down and everything, I think that looks amazing because she has such a beautiful face. I think that looks amazing on her. I think it looks so amazing on her. So
agreed.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful actress. She's a beautiful
person. That she is. Oh boy. But yeah, we love to see this type of love. We wanted to take a moment and take a break from the Ashleys of the world and the Naomi's making Dani think that she's cheating on her husband, and Andre and Jacob in the locker room sweating or whatever they were doing after playing pickleball or something they were talking about. I don't even know why why do that stuff at all. It doesn't even seem to be their thing. So yeah, we just took a break from all of that and decided to just do some Anita and Vernon time. And now we're all a little bit happier because of it. So now we're about to spoil that and end on a sour note and move to Dani and Andre. Okay, 2:49. Let's go ahead and take a look right quick. That boy always cheesing.
Back up. Baby, I'm not judging you. I never judge you. I just think that since Anita is thankfully on the other side of this thing, that we can finally focus on what this means for you.
Okay, well, what can I say? I'm cutting back on cocktails, and I'm eating more vegetables than I ever thought possible. I am beyond vigilant with my at-home self-exams, and I have never, ever missed a mammogram. I am doing all the things.
I know.
Great, and in the meantime, I am also living life to the fullest, because that's the lesson here. There are plenty of people walking around with this little variant who never developed the big C. And then there are women who aren't housing this ticking time bomb gene mutant, and they never get cancer. So why would I spend another moment worrying about what might never happen and things that I can't control? All I can control are the things that I do.
Exactly, baby. I'm not trying to take away from anything that you're already doing. I know you're on top of it. I just think that it wouldn't hurt to take a look at some things that might help.
Honey, you have been on that Google machine.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I look into something that might take you away from me?
No.
Baby, I know that some of the things I've read are a bit extreme, but I think they're worth talking to a doctor about.
There is no chance that I am risking my quality of life on a maybe.
Even if it means you won't get sick. Wouldn't it be worth it, Dani?
You and I both know that we cannot let the threat of what might be define us. You lost your parents on that plane crash, but you still get on planes to do the work that you love.
That's not the same thing.
Isn't it? I'm a model.
Yeah, and as much as I love your body, baby, I love who's inside of it more.
I am this body, and I'm not changing it. Full stop. Now, I said that I'm focused on my daughter, and since you can't get on board with the quickness, I'm going to talk to someone who can.
Dani. Babe.
The way he said, I don't want to lose you. If you really watch the scene, this is why I'm saying he might be willing to work it out. I don't necessarily see him leaving her when I really, really think about it, because he doesn't want to be without her. I think he will give her another chance. But that's just me. You got it, Diana.
This scene ran me a little bit low. I'm not gonna lie. Do you think Dani would still act this way had she not cheated?
Yes. And only because it involves modeling. She is very, very serious about the modeling. And I can see, and we know that she's superficial. So I can honestly see her being like this, whether it's with Andre, if she would have still been married to Bill, regardless of the situation. I think her answer would be the same. Like, she's like, no, I'm not touching my body on a maybe.
Okay. And that now makes sense. Your perspective now makes sense, given, like, I like how the show did kind of like a parallel, right? So you have Andre and Dani having a conversation, and now you have Jacob and Naomi having a conversation. We're not showing that part, but basically, for people that didn't catch it, thanks be to God, prayers answered. Naomi finally told Jacob that she has the BRCA gene. And also prayers were answered because Jacob was like, okay, now what? It wasn't drawn out. He didn't get mad at her. I was really impressed with Jacob. I'm not gonna lie. Like, is he a terrible cop? Yes. Is he sort of a terrible husband? But he won some points back.
About him being a terrible husband. If anything, Naomi could be a better wife, but these are minor details. Keep going.
You know what? Well, you know what? You're right. Credit where credit's due, because he definitely kept on providing despite him being undercover, right? She kept on showing up at his doorstep, so he's doing something right, y'all. The love is still there. And again, I just appreciated this, right? He's just like, I know who you are, which is essentially kind of what Andre would do with Dani, which is like, I know who you are as a person, and that's the person that I love. I understand that you X, Y, and Z. In this case, he's telling Naomi, like, you need time to process things. You need time to yourself. I understand that. And now I'm here for you, right? Like, so, that was very cute. He's like, in sickness and in health, right? He's there for her all the way. So I really did appreciate the scene. But, Naomi going, I don't want to say nuclear, but she's being proactive, right? She's just like, I'm thinking of a double mastectomy. Is that the word? I can't even, I'm slurring.
Yeah, double mastectomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm slurring at this point. Yeah. And and I can't even remember, but Jacob being like, wait, what? But still, I can't see him being like, don't do it, right? But she's looking into her options, and she's trying to be reasonable about it, and she's consulted people with it. And then now you have the opposite, right? And you go back to, or previous to this, you have Dani and Andre, and she's like, no, I'm not going to look at all these options. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to do the best I can with what I got. Essentially what she's saying, right? Like, and starting off, I can't remember, and I don't know if you remember, what the spoilers were for tomorrow, because it was very ominous, right? She's like, I'm going to go to someone who will understand how I feel, or whatever she left off on. And I'm like, oh, does that mean Bill? Or like, understand that I care about someone who will also care about my kids, or whatever she said. And like, oh my God, is that Bill? Like, is that what we're gonna see tomorrow? But yeah, again, just two women going through the same situation, two men essentially going through the same situation, completely different reactions. Yeah, I like interested to see where this goes. I understand that you're kind of like, okay, the gene. What more can we do with this? But clearly a lot more.
Well, I'm curious to see. So, in the sense of, is she going to get the mastectomy or not? Because if she does, I'm like, okay, well, how do you plan on pulling it off when it comes to, clothing and things like that? Will they have to do some type of cosmetic makeup? Will they do CGI? What will they do? Or will she just get them that's afterwards?
Oh, you mean like the actress herself?
Well, yeah, how it will look on screen. Because when you get that, you're getting them removed, but also you can get them, I was about to say reattached. Not that. You can get them, I'll just say created again through implants and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously the physical aspect is a lot that women have to deal with, and I'm not downplaying that, because again, that is something that's very major and can be very traumatic and all that, especially for women. I don't know if I don't want to say like, well, Naomi's not like that, but I don't know if that's like the main concern right now. It's like she wants to live. She wants to stay alive, and she wants to up her chances with that. At least now we're clear what she was talking to Carlton about.
Yeah, I will say that.
But yeah, I mean, Dani and Andre, not that, to be honest, not the reaction I was expecting from her. I do. Part of me just can't. It's like she's spiraling just because she heard Naomi, right? Like, I don't know. It just seems like, again, with emotional regulation, right? It's just, you get emotional and you say things that you may not mean. And I think that may be the case for Dani, but I think only time will tell.
I'm funny about that stuff. When people say stuff when they're upset, angry or whatever, I'm like, okay. Well, that's what when people are like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, I was angry. No, yeah, you did. That's why you said it.
Yeah, well, I sort of. I mean, I think it's just more so, I think people want to lash out and hurt others in certain times, right? I think it also just depends, right? I don't know if they necessarily mean it, but I think, and I do think that people can be remorseful what they say, but it's just because it's like, what can I say that can hurt the most, right? I don't think that's the case here with Dani, because I don't think she was like looking to hurt Andre necessarily. She was just more like, this is my show, like this is my say, and this is what I'm concerned about, because she did feel attacked by him, and I don't think that was necessarily his vibe.
Well, today's episode was okay. Honestly, I didn't feel like watching today's episode at first. I didn't know what was showing today because I didn't check the notes, but I was just like, not really that much in the mood to watch. Because I've been watching this anime called Classroom of the Elite, and it is so interesting. That school is a trip. So, yeah, but I am, after what I had seen today, I'm somewhat looking forward to tomorrow. But I would much rather get to next week, because I need to see if Bill's going to drop dead next week. That's what we need to find out.
Is that going to be like the weekly poll? Like, is it Bill's time? I feel like that's really bad karma, though. I'm not trying to. Well, okay, that's not necessarily true. I'm not. I was about to say, I'm not waiting for someone to die, but I'm like, well,
I mean,
I will say that. But like, just imagine that's the poll. Like, is it now Bill's time? Is it Bill's time yet? Do you think this is the week? And it's just a never-ending poll of, is it now?
Well, that would be a good poll to add to the community on the channel. So maybe we need to get that in there. All right, everyone, it is that time as we're wrapping up. Diana, did you have anything else to say, or?
Nothing from me.
All right, everyone, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for the awesome likes and subscribes and comments and whatnot. Definitely, if you know any Beyond the Gates fans, let them know about the podcast, because we want this to be the hub for all the Beyond the Gates action is what we're looking for, as well as supporting the other Beyond the Gates podcasts too, like Recap Auntie and The Gatekeepers and so on and so forth. So thank you so much again, everyone. Until next time.
Bye.